I would rather. I
don't care that they went to 17, balls. Well, he has 2 balls, I guess. They don't need to go to 17 of them.
No, no.
she can play with his balls all night. They don't need to and then go to every ball and dance the same song 17 times.
Yeah. That's too funny. And you know what, to be honest, when it comes to things like that, it's one of those things that really gets to my heart, to be honest. I followed the Haiti disaster quite a bit. The disaster when it happened in Louisiana, I followed that quite a bit. I donated as much as I could. I tried to help out as much as I could. I do not live in the States, so I tried the best I could. And to hear that stuff like that is going unnoticed, it really just upsets me, because you know what? Because it's far away, and because it's not something that's going to be honest, us as people have become accustomed to. We've come accustomed to natural disasters as if it's almost normal, to the point where people really don't, oh my God, over it anymore.
No, we're immune to it now.
Yeah, and it's
Unless
sad.
it happens in your own backyard, we're immune to it.
Yeah, no, and I don't know why they... I think that those should be the things that... The one thing that upsets me is that CHCH News here in Hamilton has been complaining about not having enough stories and being shut down and all this other stuff. Like, there's a perfectly good story that needs coverage. You know what I mean?
There's lots of stories. It's just what they pick and choose what they want to broadcast.
And that's the thing, right? Like, everything is very controlled, and, if it's not profitable, they're not playing it. And if it's not something that is going to be paid out by an individual, it's not even an option, right? And if it's something that is going to get them in shit, they're not going to play it.
In Canada, we had a CRTC, and with CRTC is you have to have an X amount of percentage of Canadian content, SoCan. So if you don't have X amount of Canadian content, you can't broadcast it.
Yeah.
No. So there's then they'll use that as an excuse. Oh, we don't have enough Canadian content to broadcast it, so we're not going to.
Yeah, no, and that's it's sad. Humanity is... I'm losing faith in humanity, guys. Oh, man. To be honest, I'm like, I just want people to be normal again. Is that a problem?
But the thing is, what is normal now?
Normal is like caring about each other and, saying please and thank you and excuse me. And
that's common sense. Problem is, common sense is not so common these days.
I had a guy almost run me off the road the other day, and he didn't even care. He didn't even look back. And you know what? And it's like people just are like almost numb.
Today, I was getting off the highway. I was getting off the 400 exits going to Highway 7 into Vaughan, and there was one of those cube trucks. So it was ahead of us, maybe 2-3 cars ahead. Mm-hmm. He left the back door open, and there was stuff falling out as he's turning. Like, yeah. Don't you know that you're driving, your truck is open, that you're losing your valuables and your material and your goods inside your vehicle?
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like people are so oblivious and in their own worlds. It's like Christmas time trying to shop. It's like,
oh, don't even start with that. That's Pandora's box.
My biggest thing was on Black Friday, my show for Black Friday, before I had your lovely self on the show here. I did a segment about Black Friday and how inhumane it's become. And you know what?
People are animals.
Exactly. If you're going to kill somebody's family member over goddamn TV, you need to go home and pray. Okay? It's like, to me, I just don't understand how people can be so self-centered and get themselves all riled up over something material.
That is going to go on sale in 2 weeks after Christmas.
Absolutely. On Boxing Day, you can go back and probably get it for cheaper.
Yeah, like, who cares?
And that's one of the things now I always say, and like I was saying in the beginning of the show, you teaching your kids those morals and those big, big but little things in today's society, right? People really don't appreciate.
The little things will go far, will take you far in the future.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I always remind my kids of that stuff, And like one of the biggest things, my son, lately he's been a bit of a troublemaker at school, but I thought it was him this whole time, and then I found out that, he's actually the one being picked on, and he was just retaliating and protecting himself. And I always say to him, I'm like, buddy, it's better to just be honest up front, because whether it's good or bad, at least I can trust what you're saying, right? And that's the thing now. I find that it's almost I've always been that way in my house, and it's almost like being at school, because there's this whole, you don't tell anybody anything. You kind of, what is it, the no snitch?
Don't be a snitch.
Yeah, the no snitch policy, where you just, you take it to the grave kind of thing. Like, my son, the other day, a little boy at school had pushed him. Him and this little boy are really good friends. This kid is at my house every single day. They're like best buds, and he would not rat this kid out. He was taking it to the grave. He was like, nope, Nate didn't do it. I'm just like, buddy, it's fine. If Nate did it, it's fine. I'm not going to go telling his mom. Just tell me so that I know.
I just need to know, yeah.
And he's just like, nope, Nate didn't do it. And I could tell by the look on his face. He's my kid. I know when he's lying, right? So eventually it came out.
If the glove doesn't fit, I didn't do it.
Yeah. Your eye is twitching, buddy. You're lying to mom. It's so funny, I was just saying to his principal too about this. I was like, I'm waiting for the day that he tries to sneak out the window or something. I'll be right there behind him, because I was young when I had my son. To be honest, he'll be 15 when I'm 30, right? So he'll be right on par with me. Trying to sneak out the window. I'll be right there behind him.
I have an older brother, but I was always the big brother.
Right.
I'm the one who broke the ice for everything.
Yeah.
And because my parents were, they're older generation, whatever, I got away with murder.
Yeah.
But I know everything. So the day these guys try to pull something on, pull the wool over me, not happening.
Yeah. Like, I'm on to you. Nice try.
I don't even know what you're thinking before you even try it.
Yeah. No, and you know what? That's the one thing I always say. It's becoming more and more common for, people having kids younger nowadays and stuff, and, siblings or family members raising you and things like that. It's very mixed family nowadays, and it's always funny to see, like myself, for example, I was raised by my grandparents, and it was just funny as hell, because my grandparents were so old-fashioned, and I was just this, 2000s, 1990s child who, was a rebel child who was always getting in trouble and trying to test, authority and stuff like that.
For me, my dad was always working.
Yeah.
My mother had a very heavy accent, so we always make fun of her, because whenever she talks, she talks with a funny accent.
Right?
So you just bust her chops.
Yeah.
She doesn't say microwave, she says microwave. Or she says
microwave.
So you just bust her chops.
That's like my grandfather just turned 72 on January 19th, and I brought him a card that told him that his cake was going to start global warming, because he had so many candles on it, and he just started laughing, and I was like, gotta have some fun. You can tell the look on his face.
But at least he understood the joke.
Yeah, he's like, it's not funny.
I would bring that to my mother. She'd be like, I don't understand what this is.
Yeah, what does this mean? Oh.
Christiana, what are you doing? What does this say?
Yeah. Gotta love the foreign moms and grandmas and stuff like that, eh?
Yeah.
You can mess with them because they just don't understand. You're just like, I love you and your foreignness. Get back on the boat.
Listen, I didn't come on a boat. I came on a plane, so be quiet.
Yeah. And then, exactly. They lecture you on about how they actually got here.
Yeah.
That's too funny. I know a friend of mine's mom, they're from, I think they're Turkish. And her mom's very, straight-faced, old-fashioned, very, she doesn't like to joke. She just doesn't understand the jokes, she's not on the same page with our generation. And, she makes these Instagram videos out of her mom, and they're just so goddamn funny. Honestly, so funny. I was watching them and just going through, 10 to 20 of them at a time, and just, honest to God.
Because the mother's so oblivious, she doesn't really understand what's going on.
That's the point, they're just so oblivious to what's going on.
They're authentic. That's what it is. They're authentic.
What are you doing, crazy child? Get away from me. It's pretty much
I call those authentic. They're not pre-planned.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's funny.
When I DJ, after the wedding or whatever, I get the couple to do a video testimony.
Oh,
sometimes
cool.
they're drunk, sometimes they're not. Most of the time they're drunk.
Yeah.
But when you're drunk, you're brutally honest.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to get is when, did you have a great time? Yes, I had an amazing time. You might be slurring your words or whatever, but you know what? At least I know you had a good time.
That's actually an amazing idea. I love that. Video testimonials. When they're
I know other companies should do it, but they do it in the beginning of the night, so they kind of fake it. Because, the bride is all perfect, her hair is, great, the guy's suit is still, tie so straight. Mine, the guy has probably no shirt on.
He's taking his tie off by this point of the night. He's got the garter belt around his head, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell, hey, Christian was the best.
That's too funny. Yeah, because you know what? Those, like you said, it's the most brutally honest point. When you're a little bit intoxicated, you're a little bit more honest than you would be.
Exactly. And that's what I like. You had a great time? Yeah, an amazing time. Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
And being laid back like that, too, it gives a really, fun outlook to the testimonial, too. I think that's a really nice, that's a cool thing. I've never heard of anybody doing that.
Exactly.
What made you come up with that? I'm just curious.
I'm a trailblazer.
Yeah. I'm just unique, original here.
I'm a trailblazer. I'm unique. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to see what the next thing is.
Speaking of unique,
oh, you're doing this, so I'm going to do this too. No, I'm going to do that.
Actually, there's something I want to talk to you about, because I've been talking a lot to this gentleman about a new product that he is designing that I'm actually going to get my hands on for my business. This is something I think you should take a look at too, and anybody else who's listening right now should look into. He's local here in Ontario, and he's designed what is called the TAP. It's a TAP business card. So when you go and you use your debit, you can tap to pay.
Yeah.
So he's designed the same sort of thing that takes you to all of your websites, social media, stuff like that. So anybody who's got a smartphone can use it, tap it, or scan this code that's on the back of it, and it takes you right to your social media. Isn't that so freaking cool?
That's awesome.
I thought that was absolutely
It's your digital business card.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. I'm so getting my hands on a few. We actually have a meeting sometime this week, so I'll post them on our social media and our Twitter pages and stuff if anybody's interested. Definitely get in contact with this guy. It's something that is kind of revolutionized and very new to the market, so anybody who ends up getting some anytime soon will probably be one of the first to have them. So
beautiful. Whatever's new, whatever pushes the envelope, whatever is the next thing. Do it.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, you got to keep it. I was reading an article about e-commerce and, online shopping, and how, retail stores are shutting down all over the globe because of, online retail is kind of taken over. You don't really need a store anymore.
No, just everything done in your pajamas at home.
Yeah, it kind of pisses me off when I can't try on my jeans first, but no. But to be honest, I that kind of stuff for a girl is important. For a guy, actually,
I'm always, I don't know, I'm very, I guess I'm metro. I'm always going to go to the store and try my stuff.
That's how, yeah. See, so some men are very particular with that too. You don't want it tight around your thighs and, tight all up in your butt and looking all like skinny jeans if you want them a little bit looser, right?
Yeah, I need to try it on.
Sometimes they're not as loose in person as you assumed, or in a picture on a skinnier man who's modeled them for you, right? Every
size, they may be all the same, but every maker, every brand, it has their different versions of it.
Yeah.
So if your waist is, I don't know.
I've noticed 30. That actually with Guess, I'm like a size 3, and in anything else, I'm like a 1 for pants.
It all depends on what the brand is.
Exactly. Yeah.
It depends, where it was made. If it was made in China or made in Canada.
Can't fit the junk in the trunk and anything that is Guess. Gotta go for bigger sizes.
There you go.
It's too funny. So I just noticed we are getting kind of low for time here. We killed the whole hour just blabbing off like a bunch of crazies over here. That's gotta love in the spotlight, guys. That's what we're good for.
That's what it's all about.
We've had a blast tonight though, and I want to give a shout out to our sponsors again. So thank you so much to the Canadian Blood Services. If you guys haven't already booked yourself an appointment to get in and donate blood, go ahead and do yourself that favor and help somebody out there, because there's a ton of people depending on that. You can do that by going to blood.ca, and you can book directly on the website with the location nearest to you, or you can go and book 24 hours 7 days a week. They have an open line. You can call literally at 2 a.m. And book a donation at any time. So that number again is 1-888-2-DONATE. So go ahead and get that book, guys, if you haven't already done that. And anybody who has, thank you for your contribution, and keep doing what you're doing, because it's definitely not going unnoticed. But thank you again, Christian, for joining me tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. Always a great time on the spotlights.
Always a blast. We're just fun people. Not to toot our own horn or anything, but we're a whole show on our own.
Toot the horn. We're the whole band.
Yeah. And again, guys, don't forget to check out the Wedding Expo, February 5th from 12 till 5, right?
Yeah, York Region Weddings and Events Expo 2017 at the Riviera Park Event Center in Vaughan. The doors will be open from 12 to 5. 100 vendors, 100 professionals within the industry that's going to help you make your day make it magical into a lasting impression.
And you get some first-hand experiences with the bouquet toss and the first